At this point in time, I'd like to move on to our program with introducing Dr. John Richmond. Dr. Richmond was the person that actually lined up our speaker today, Mr. Bob Culkeen from WTCI. So, John?
Thank you, President Smitty. Bob Culkeen is the president and CEO of WTCI PBS in Chattanooga. Bob and his wife Beth moved to Chattanooga in early 2020. A native of Danvers, Massachusetts, just north of Boston, Bob received all of his formal education in Massachusetts, graduating from Pittsburgh State University with a Bachelor in Science in Communications. When I read that, I just looked at it. I said, well, that's self-evident. I mean, what other degree in communications should be but a BS? He got his master's in education administration and educational technology at Westfield State University. Throughout his work career, Bob has worked in many positions throughout the public media and education field since 1979. His experiences include various positions and responsibilities at university and community licensees and university production centers. His work has taken him from Massachusetts to Illinois to Florida and several different locations in Florida, and not all in the same order. He came to Chattanooga from Pensacola's public TV station, WSRE, where he was general manager of the station and executive director of its foundation. Throughout his career, Bob has served on various boards and joined in many community activities in places that he lived, and Chattanooga is no different. As president and CEO of WTCI, Bob is focused on service to his community through public media. It is important for him to lead a team of professionals and to provide opportunities for them to improve in all aspects of their positions. Bob and Beth have 3 children and 2 grandchildren. And on a personal note, I am a long and big supporter of public television and WTCI, and have designated that they will be part of my will. Bob, please come to the podium.
John, you didn't tell me you knew my father, because my father used to say that same thing about that BS degree. Being here in Dalton brings a smile on my face every time I drive through Dalton. My middle name is Shaw. I have no connection to that big name, but when I see a truck going by with Shaw written on the side, or I see a big building, it makes me smile and think of family. Another thing is Mohawk. I learned a lot about management working with the Mohawk engineered flooring. I don't know if you've ever had to put that down, but I used a special adhesive to put down that had a vapor barrier on it. And that first section of flooring that I put down, oh man, I just put way too much glue. And, you know, I thought about that as I was just thinking about Dalton today. It's a lot like management of people. The more you put in one place, the stickier it can get. Okay, that's enough. You're not here to listen to my humor. I am thankful for John for this invitation. I am also thankful for his long-term commitment to the station as a viewer and a supporter. Thank you for that. So let's get going. WTCI PBS is in Chattanooga. In 1967 is when the Public Public Broadcasting Act was first signed. So, little bit about, we have a lot of people here that watch TV. I'm sure of it, right? And I'm sure many of you have watched PBS. 86% of the TV households are PBS watchers. It is a trusted, I can't see this and I know it, but I need to turn around sometimes, so please forgive me. WTCI is a nonprofit station. PBS is rated #1 in the trust survey. It's an annual survey, and this has been something for 18 years that PBS has been rated #1 in this survey across the country. Also, a survey across the country is about value of tax dollars and how it's spent. PBS is #3 as far as how people feel about the tax dollars spent on public broadcasting. So we've been serving this community for over 50 years. And this is our DMA, which is the designated market area. You can see Dalton's right in the core of our broadcast signal. The dark blue is our signal itself. It's about 60 miles, kind of circle section. And there is audio on this, and we tested it out. Mike, are you still here? Okay, so, you know, I met Mike last week at the station. He was there for an international group of the Chamber of Commerce from Chattanooga. Good to see you again. One of the things that I've learned in media, and this is the BS part of it, is when your media goes down, you talk a little bit more about your station. So I'm not going to depend on that. One of the things that I wanted to show, and it really looks good, is the commitment that our station makes to the community as far as what we've done with other nonprofits this year. In the pandemic, what we did was we went to the Chattanooga Ballet and said, hey, we know the Nutcracker is something that is important to you and your organization. How can we help? And so what we did there is we worked with a production company, we worked with the Chattanooga Ballet, and we produced the Nutcracker and aired it on our station 5 different times. We had grandparents writing to us and thanking us for doing that. And it was something that was the right thing to do, to reach out to other people to make something like that happen. The Hunter Museum, their String Theory concert series. People couldn't go out and listen to concerts. We said, what can we do to help you? And we actually had 4 different concerts in the spring with great artists, and that went on our air. And now we're looking at how can we continue to make that happen outside of a pandemic. The other thing that we did with education is we reached out to Hamilton County schools and said, hey, we have all the resources you need to help you in the classrooms, to deliver to your homes. And we applied for a grant, Tennessee Cares grant, and we received about $490,000. And with that money, what we did is we created a 4th channel, totally developed to educational outreach. We are producing our own programs with Hamilton County and other school educators in the area. We want to expand that and learn more about how we can help other communities do that with education. So Monday through Friday from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m., we have our education channel on. And that education channel utilizes programs from other educational outlets such as the Department of Education, Tennessee Department of Education, our own station, and other member stations throughout the community. So that's Monday through Friday from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. And then in the evening, there's a program that we run called World. And World is out of WGBH, and I look at that as lifelong learning. So it is a learning channel that's on Monday through Friday on WTCI. Actually 4 stations that we provide over the air free. One is our main channel. Also is our education channel, which is PBS Kids, PBS Kids channel. And then the third one Create, and Create is artwork. That's on that channel, and then our education channel, which is totally devoted to that. I'm really feel good about what we've done in the pandemic, reaching out with other agencies. We have a new program that we're bringing, taping, or we don't use tape anymore. So we're actually producing and creating it and storing it in a file. It's a new program that we're doing. Two different funders that are helping us out with that. And it's a $60,000 project. We're producing 12 programs each month, highlighting nonprofits that have a budget under $500,000 because they're not actually getting the word out to everything that they do. We're really excited about this. It's going to start in October, but we begin putting the programs together August 5th. So look for that. We have a number of things that we also have coming up, and I have some flyers up here if you kindly come up and take a look at them. I heard you have a golf tournament. Well, we have a golf tournament too, but we're doing something different. We're not going to be out on a country club. We're not going to be on a course. We're going to Top Golf. And we're doing a virtual activity where we'll have all the bays there. Your organizations can, I had a Big Birdie Open a number of times that the station has done, typical golf type of thing. And it's a heavy lift, you all know, a heavy lift for an organization, a tournament that way. So we wanted to try something different. So I have a flyer on that. I do have a flyer on our education channel. Front side is all in English, back side is in Spanish. We want to reach out to as many communities as we can. So if you'd like to take a flyer on that. We are also the ability to rent our facilities, our studio, and some of our rooms. So if you have anything going on in the area that WTCI is located, it's a great spot to do that. I have a flyer on that. And for companies and individuals that like to support WTCI, we have the ability to promote your organization, promote your businesses through writing on WTCI. So I have that information here. One of the pieces I was going to close on, I actually had 4 really good videos. I mean, they were really perfect. You know, Emmy award winning, all that kind of stuff. The kind of work that WTCI does. One is called Greater Chattanooga, and they focused on the Field of Green here in Dalton, and it showed the kids working the field, playing the game, enjoying life, going past a challenge. The thing that was said today at this podium about how Rotary is for, and I really am thrilled to be here. I'm sorry I had to change gears a little bit to talk with you this way. I was a member of the Rotary in Pensacola, Florida, believe in the 4-way test, and I open up the floor for any questions you might have about commitment from the station and how we work with service. And if you want to see the videos, I'll send them to you another way. Yes, ma'am.
Just out of curiosity, you know, we have 4 and but I watched WTCI. What is your local favorite?
Yep.
And I think choose WTCI. That make a difference.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I'd like to see those numbers that say we picked WTCI, especially over the border. Makes you smile and feel good about it. A couple of stations is kind of difficult at times, and it also adds to viewer confusion. One of the things that we do is we look at what Georgia Public Television is doing on their schedule and try not to always duplicate it. We have to carry the PBS main channel at prime time, so you'll see a lot of the program duplication on it, but after hours and local support, you'll see more, I think, on WTCI than you'd see on Georgia Public Television. We both serve the community. They're a statewide network. We're focused on our community in Tennessee Valley. That's why you probably see more local programming on our station than you will do there. I've reached out to Georgia Public Television a number of times since I've been here. Moving here in a pandemic and having an accent like mine wasn't very comfortable, but I try. I think we'll do some things with Georgia Public Television. The other thing that we do is we do work with WTC, the public radio station. We've done a lot of projects with them, and we're going to do more cross promotion. We simulcast a lot of our video programs that we've done for the school system, for debates and things like that. They've carried all our programming that way. So it's about partnerships and working together to make it work. Yes, sir.
When is the prime time and when are after hours?
Prime time for PBS is from 7 to 10 o'clock. That's called Safe Harbor, and
All in the evening?
all in the evening. And then after 10 o'clock, we have some flexibility with our programming before that. The other thing that we do is Georgia Public Broadcasting, they air news hour an hour before we do. One, because I don't want to both on at the same time. And I feel that there's some people that are commuting from work and they might like to be home at 7 o'clock and put on that type of news program. So we delay that an hour because of those type of things. Yes, ma'am.
Appreciation that you do that.
Well, that's a good way to think about it too. I'll bring that back to my team.
I definitely do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
National news, 6:30 to 7, and then NPR from 7 to 8.
Yeah. Any other questions? Yes, sir.
How about the controversy of federal funding and the tendency to decrease the level? How are you surviving that?
Every year, there's a group called Public Media Acts, and they ask you to support and to sign documentation to let you know they will contact area legislators, national legislators, that we have that support. Every year we have to do it. We are funded 2 years ahead, so we know from CPB that we'll be around for 2 more years, and we keep working with that. One of the things that the pandemic has done for us is to see the value that PBS and public media has really brought forward to the communities. And we have, this year, we have got some additional funds through CPB to help us out. So right now, I feel like it's good, but I know it changes. Our appropriations for the next fiscal year seem to be solid. We have 3 asks in there. Ready to Learn, which is about education. One is about the interconnect. We still depend upon satellites for a lot of our communication for our stations, and we're looking at a fiber connection. So we're looking for funding for that, and they've been supportive of that. And then our regular appropriation for operation of stations.
About what percentage of your budget is from government supported donation?
That's part of the pie is probably around 43%. And if I had my PowerPoint, I'd be able to tell you exactly, but I think it's right around there. We depend upon viewers like you. You've heard that before. Any other questions? Well, I really appreciate being here with you all. Please stop up, take some of the pamphlets. I'll give you my card if you have any other follow-up questions for me. And I've never been anywhere that I haven't met a Smitty I didn't like.
Well, from all of us Smitties, we thank you very much. Bob, on behalf of our Rotary Club here, we want to thank you for taking your time and coming down. And I want to extend you my profound apologies with the technology. I take full responsibility for that.
That's all right.
If you look up the word technology, my photograph is not in the spectrum. And we did let the record show, it was working
It was.
beforehand. And of course, I think I must have sprinkled some magic technology dust over there and it stopped working. But I do apologize, but I think the tenor of the message came across. Is that, WTCI Public Television is taking measured steps and making our area better. And they do that through some great programming. So thank you, Bob. We appreciate that. Jackie, I want to thank you for being here with us again today as our Assistant Governor. And I think I owe this table right here some pins. I was doing the school teacher thing, walking around and giving everybody their pen before I didn't get to this table. So I'll get to this table here in just a second.